Yeah.
In the global variables
Inside
can
the
be
class.
in which position. The place of declaration
Inside
Anywhere.
the
is
class.
also very, very important.
We
Miss
can
you.
define anywhere.
No, within the class, not anywhere. If you define any variable inside the class, then that is called as a global variable. So we can use anywhere. If you define a variable within a block or within a method, then that is called as a local variable. The life period of a local variable is only within that method.
Laugh.
Okay, only within that block. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about types of variables. So types of variables, local variable and global variable, that is scope of variables, not type of variables. Local variable and global variable are scope of variables. What's the meaning of scope? What is the scope? Mean like what is a life period? That is the meaning of scope. Today we are going to discuss about the type of variables. Okay, everybody are able to see my screen?
Yes, right, ma'am.
Okay. So there are two types of variables. One is instance variables. Another one is static variables. Very, very important. Please concentrate. Okay. Instance variables and static variables. What is the meaning of instance variable? What is the meaning of instance? Just tell me in English. What is the meaning of instance?
Immediately.
Immediate. Very good. Instance means immediate. When the object will be created immediately, whenever we created an object by using the new operator, yes, by using the new operator, the objects are created immediately. See, for example, this is a class demo. So in this class, if you want to create an object, demo object equal to new
Mm.
demo. So this is a way of creating an object. This is the way of creating an object, right? So whenever we create an object in this time, if you want to call anything, if you want to call anything like any variables or any methods, then that is called as instance variables. Instance means on the spot. On the spot means like whenever we create an object, at that time if you want to initialize any values, like for example, ob dot a equal to 10. Okay, ob dot m1 method. So these are called as what? Whenever we create an object on the spot with the help of an object, we are calling the variables and we are calling the methods. Then that is called as instance variables. Okay. What is meant by static variables? What's the meaning of static? Static in English, we can call static as constant. Static is nothing but in Java, if you want to make any memory allocations, like if you want to make a variable to allocate less memory, then we can go with the static variables. Okay. So how to define a static variable? Instance variables can be created directly like this, int a equal to 10 like that. If we want to create a static variables, we have to use a keyword called as static. Static into b equal to 20 like that. If you did not define a keyword static, then it became a which variable?
Instance.
So
Instance variable. Very good. So what is meant by instance method? Daily we are writing, right? Void m1. This is one method. This is instance method. Or else into m2. Any return type methods, any parameterized methods, all the methods are instance methods. But if you want to create an instance static method, then you have to give a keyword called as static void m1. This is called as static method, or else static int, okay, m2. Okay, so with a parameter. So this is called as static methods. If you did not give static before a method name, then what is that method called?
No return type.
No. If you did not create a static, if you did not give a static keyword before the method name, then this method is called as
Instance.
Instance.
instance method. Very good. If you give a static keyword before the method name, that then that method is called as
Static method.
static method. If you did not give static keyword before the variable declaration, then that variable is called as
Local method.
Instance variable.
instance variable.
Okay.
If you given a static keyword before a variable name, then that variable is called as
Static variable.
static variable. Excellent. Okay. Now, for example, I am having a class. For example, I am having a int a equal to 10, static int and void m1, m2 like this. I am having some methods. Okay. So now I want to create an object. Okay, public. I want to create an object. Public static void main string of args. Just I am writing. Okay, so here if I want to call my instance method or instance variable, what we have to create a
Object.
object. How to create object? Class name, object
Class
name,
name.
new
New
class.
Variable.
Very good, very good. Now with respect to the object, how I am going to call a object dot
object
m1
Dot.
dot object dot a. Okay, next object dot m2 like that. So if I want to call my static methods, what how to call until
We
unless
can
we
call
have
directly.
sorry,
We can call directly.
we can call directly. Good. See, until unless we have discussed about the only instance variables. Daily we are using only instance methods. So that only I am creating an object in order to call those methods. But now we are having a static methods as well. We are having static methods. We are having a static variable also. So if you want to call a static method and static variables, we don't want to create any object. We don't want to create any object. Then how to call static methods and static variables can be called by using its class name. By using its class name. Okay. So what is my class name? Demo. So demo dot m2 demo dot B, like that we can call. Okay, like the other goal said, we don't want to create a class name also sometimes. Without the help of class name also, we can call our methods. Which methods? Only static methods. Static methods can be called by using its class name. There is no need of object creation, whereas instance methods have to be called by using its object. Instance methods cannot call by using the class name, whereas static methods can be called by using its class name. Now you will get a doubt. Can I call a static method and a static variable by using object? By using object, you are getting a question like when I want to call a instance variable and a instance method, I am creating an object. So with respect to the object, I am calling my method name and variable name. Then what happens if I call my static method with an object? Okay, what happens? Nothing will happen. It will execute. There is no crime that if you can call your static variables and static methods by using the object. There is no crime. There is no crime. Okay, you can call. Okay, but you cannot call your instance method with the class name. With the class name. This is wrong. Everybody following, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
I'm telling very slowly. Slowly understand. Okay, please concentrate. Instance methods and instance variables are also called as non-static methods and non-static variables. Non-static. Okay, instance variables and instance methods are non-static or object level. Object level. Okay, static variables are called static variables or static methods are also called as a class level. Class level. Clear everybody? If you want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
call instance variables and instance methods are also called as non-static variables and non-static methods, we can call them as object level. But static variables and static methods are called as class level. Why I am telling like this? Because static variables and static methods can be called by using its class name. No need of creating object. But if you want to create instance variables and instance methods, not to create, no, if you want to call, then we need an object. Then we need an
Object.
object. Clear everybody? Until now, everybody clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Ma'am,
Now,
for example,
yes. Mm.
instant variable also there and static variable also there in method.
Hmm.
We are calling how to call that object only we are calling, right? Both.
No, yeah, we can call what I said. See,
Mm.
if you want to call an instance variable, variable and static method, see b and m2 are static. If you want
Yes.
to call, we can call by using object, no problem.
No problem.
But
Yes. Okay.
if you want to call a instance method or instance variable by using class name, you cannot call. Only with
Yes.
respect to object only we can call.
Oh,
Static can be used like any type,
any
but
type.
instance is having some restrictions. That is
Oh,
only whenever object created, then only we can access those things. But static is not like that. It is
okay.
class level, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we can use any type, anytime. Okay, any type also. Now
Okay.
concentrate. Very very important point I am telling you. Please concentrate. Now I'm having one instance variable and one instance static variable. I'm having one instance method and one static method. So I can use an a static variable inside a instance method. For example, system.out.println of b. I am able to call inside a instance method. I am able to call the static variable, but inside a static method you cannot call an instance variable. You cannot call an instance variable. This is wrong.
Okay.
Clear? Slowly understand. Inside an instance method, we can access a static variable, but inside a static method, you cannot access instance variable. This is wrong. Why? Why? Because instance variables, when they will create instance variables and instance method, when they will call
Object.
whenever we
Creation.
create object, then only the instance variables and instance methods will activate. Until unless they are lazy, they will
Okay.
activate whenever we create object, then only they will activate. Until unless they are sleeping. But static variables and static methods can be activated whenever you
Yeah.
create a class. At that time only they are activate. They are eager loading. They are very eager. Whenever a class is created, I am activated. Everyone can call me, no problem. Like that, they are seeing. They are very eager. eager to access. But instance variables and instance methods are lazy loading. When they will activate? Only when you create an
Object.
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 Now tell me why I can't create use a instance variable inside a static method. Now tell me. Now tell this point. Explain why this is wrong. Tell me. I just now I told you the clue. Analyze.
because it is an object level variable.
Okay, object level. So what?
So you cannot use in static method.
That point I already told you. The instance variables and instance methods cannot use inside a static. Why? What is the reason behind it? Why? I told you before. Instance variables and instance methods can activate when?
Class create.
No, during
Instance
object
object.
creation.
Object based.
Instance,
Yes, yes.
no, please don't confuse. Very, very important.
Yes,
Instance
ma'am.
variables and instance methods can be activated only when you created object. Objects can be created when? Objects can be created during runtime. So that these
Content.
are called as runtime initialization. Static variables and static methods can be triggered when can be activated when
Object.
You're
whenever we
creating
create
class.
a class. So class
Class.
can be created when during compile time. During compile time. Okay. So now why this statement is wrong? Why this statement is wrong? We cannot access the instance variables and instance methods inside a static method. Why this statement is wrong? Because the static variables and static methods can be already activated whenever we created class. So those are activated, those are activated and eager. They are fully activated and ready to use. At that time, if you use the instance variables and an instance method inside a static block which are not activated, still those are not activated, they will activated only during the object creation. But static methods are already activated because we you created a class. At the time itself, during the compile time itself, they're activated. And but at the if you use an instance variable and instance method inside a static method which are going to be activated during runtime, that is the reason we cannot use here, because statics are already activated in the compilation time, but instances are activated during runtime. But what you did, you are using the instance variable and instance method inside a static block which are not activated still now,
Yes, ma'am.
but you are using. So that is the reason you cannot use the instance variables and static methods inside a static block, because these can be activated during the runtime, whereas statics are already activated during the compilation time. Clear?
Yes,
Clear
Class.
or confusing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Clear, right? See, for example, you are you how to tell, how to give an example. For example, you want to you are you have booked a ticket, and you go to the theater. Okay, already you have a ticket, and you reached the theater and you sit in the theater, you have everything, you are eagerly loading. Okay, but movie they did not play. Why? Because the time, the show is at 9:30, you have reached at 9:25, you have a ticket, you have an access, ticket is there, you reach it there, you are in the hall, but the movie did not play. When the movie will play? During the runtime. When the runtime will be happen? At 9:30. Okay, then only you the theater owners will play the movie. If you reach there on time, if you have a ticket also, you cannot see the movie until unless you reached the time. Now you are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
The example you clear? Same. Replicate that example. You have a you are a static one, and you already compiled during the compilation time, but you are using the instance variable inside it, which can be
Yes, ma'am.
activated only in the runtime. So how can you use that instance variable in a static method? Clear? The movie example and this example, please al- replicate it. Clear, everybody? You reached the hall, you have an access, ticket is there, you reached the hall, you on time, you are in the theater as well, but the movie did not play. Why? The movie will play only at the runtime, the time which was allocated to it. Same thing, you have a method, you are already triggered during the compilation time, but you are using an instance variable which can be run only in the runtime, so that only you are not going to access here. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, why this statement is right? Inside an instance method, how can I use a static variable? Why this statement is correct, right? Tell
Because
me.
they are already activated, so why we can call into
Very good. Excellent. What is your name?
Prasanna.
Prasanna. Clap to her. Okay, everybody clap to her. Clap, guys. Oh, here you are clapping. Okay, good. Okay. So, see why we can able to use the static variable inside an instance method, because statics are already triggered during the compilation time. They are eagerly loading. So why not we can use those things? Already they are initialized, already they are triggered during the class level, during the compilation time itself. They are all ready, set and ready, so that we can use anytime. During compilation time we can use, during runtime also we can use, because they are already triggered. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we will see a program. See, why I am telling this means, by listening this class, you should tell me why they have written public static void main. Why the void main method is static? You have to explain me. The concept behind this is like why they have used the public static void main. So here I am having a variable int a. Now I am having one static method int b. Now I'm having a method void m1. I'm having one more method called as static. So I'm having how many methods totally? I'm having one instance variable, one static variable, two instance methods and two static methods. Okay. Now I'm going to create an object. Okay. What is my class name?
Static and instance.
Ob equal to.
Static and instance.
Now if I want to use my instance methods without the object creation, if I call like this, see, they will scold us. See, cannot make a static reference on to the non-static method m1 from the type static and instance. What it was saying, m1 is which type of method? M1 is which type of method?
Instant.
Instance, and it see non-static method. It was showing, right? See,
Yes.
non-static is also called as instance. So if you want
Instant.
to call these methods, what to
Mhm.
use? Object.
Object dot.
Object.
Object dot m1. Okay. Now what is the another method we are having? Instance method. M3
M3.
is also there. Okay. Object dot m3.
Mm.
Okay. So what are the other methods we are having? M2 and M4, which are static methods. So I am just calling M2. Any error it was showing? Is it scolding?
No.
No.
No. But when I am writing only M1, did it scold or not?
Yes.
Yes, because that is non-static method, instance method. M2 is
Yes.
a static method, so it
Static
will
method.
not scold. M4 is also static method. So static methods can be called directly or also can be called by using its class name. What is
Yes.
its M4?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
how can we call instance variable in instance method?
Like this, see, this is instance variable, this is instance method. We can call,
Yeah.
it is a low global variable, right? You can call anytime.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Ma'am, here we did not declare any global
we
like.
did not declare. So if you want to declare by using directly, you can declare here.
Mm.
Okay, we can also declare by using object. If you want to declare, see object dot. If I use directly a means it will scold because this is a
Local variable.
no. This is an instance variable. A is an instance variable, right?
Yes. 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 Mm.
Okay, A is an instance variable. Instance variables cannot be used inside a static method. Public static void main. Main is a
Yes.
Yeah.
static method. So
Static
inside the
method.
static method, you cannot call the instance variables and
Instances.
instance methods. How we
Okay.
can call? We can call by using its object or class name. So if you want to use here, we can call object dot a equal to some 10. Like that you have to define. Okay. Now if you want to use B is a static method. Directly we can use 20. I am defining. Because that is a static variable. You can use directly. Okay. Now I am saving it and I am running it. See, int m1. So we have defined a equal to 10, right? Ob
Yes.
dot a equal to 10. So here I am using the variable a. So 10 is coming to int m1 10. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so again m3 is which type of method? Instance method. M2 is a static method, M4 is a static method, so we are calling with directly we are calling, or by using its class name also we are calling. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Clear?
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Now one second. Now hmm, B is static, right? Okay. For example, I want to call my static methods with respect to object. See, we can call, no problem. ob.m4 I called. M4 is a static method, but during the object, by using object also I am going to call. See, there is no problem at all. Did it execute or not? See, in M4
Yes,
executed, right? With respect to object I am calling. Clear? Clear?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, static, we have created an object. B equal to 20. Now, what I am
Ma'am,
doing?
line number 32, what it is showing error or what is that
Warning.
one?
See, the static method M4 from the type class name should be accessed in a static way. What it is not showing error, it is showing warning because M4 is a static method. How static methods can be called? Either directly we
Class
can
name,
call or by using its class name.
class name.
But how we
Yes.
are calling here? We are
Object.
calling with
While
the
object
object. So it was giving a warning like, guys, this is
don't
a
be
static method. You should call it by using its way. You can call it by using the static
class
method
name.
can accessed in a static way. What is the static way? Calling by using its class name. But you are calling with object. There is no problem, but it's just giving a warning. Okay.
Mm.
Now, now I was just here. I am calling M2 method. So inside M2 method, I want to call my instance method like this. What it was showing. See, cannot make a static reference to a non-static method from the static and instance class. Clear? Inside a static method, you cannot call the
Instance.
instance
Instance.
method.
Instance.
Instance.
Okay, but now I will call here. Inside M1 method, I will call M2. See, is there any error? No.
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 Just I am calling M1 method. Inside M1 method, I am calling M2. Why it is not showing error? Because M2 is a static method.
Static.
Inside an instance block, we can call a static
Static.
method. And we can also call the C. M3 is also instance block. Here I can call B. Because B is a static
Static.
Static.
variable. So we can call static variable inside the instance method. We can call static method inside a instance method. Okay, now I am
Instance.
calling only M1 and M3. Okay, I am just commenting M2 and M4 because those are static. Just by calling my instance methods, I am going to execute my static methods as well. Okay, now tell me what is the output. First ob.m1, then ob.m3 I am calling. Now tell me ob.m1, what is the output now? What is the
M1,
output? In M1, it will
half
display 10. Then
10.
what is the next line?
M2. It move
M2.
to
So where it will go? It will go to the M2 method.
M
M2
method.
method. In M2 it will print. Then what we are calling? M3 we
M
are calling. Okay, M3. It will print in
in
M3.
M
What's the value of B? 20. Even
20.
though it is static, we can use inside a instance block. 20 it will print. Then I am not calling M4. If you want to call, call. Okay. M4. It will. This is called as chaining. Methods with chaining. We know if you want to call a method inside a method without creating object, we can call like this.
Okay.
See, I am not calling with respect to object or any class name. Just calling inside a method. This process is called as method calling chaining. Okay. If you call one method, it will call another method like that. Okay. Now I'm saving, then running. See the output. First M1 method it was executed. Okay, inside the M1 method we are calling M2. Then we are calling M3 and 20 because B is static we can use, and M3 inside M3 I am calling M4. So M4 also executed. Clear? Ah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now without object, now I am commenting these two and I am calling statics. See what will happen. M2, M4 I am calling. Okay, M2. Hmm? Remove this. Inside M2, if you want to call M1, what will happen? See, it was scolding. Why? M1 is a non-static method. You can call, you cannot use this one. And in M2, I am using plus A. See, here also you got error. Why? A is a
Instead.
non-static field. So we cannot use the non-static field inside a static.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear everybody? What is the process of calling? What is meant
Yes,
by
ma'am.
instance variables? What is meant by static variables? How we can call an instance variable? How we can call a static variable? And can we cannot create a static content inside a
Non-instant.
instance variables and static
Cannot.
instance variables and instance methods can be called inside a static content, but the the
No. Because
instance methods and instance variables cannot be called inside a static content, but static variables and static methods can be called inside a instance
instant
content. Okay, so instance variables are also called as non-static
object
variables,
level or
non-runtime
object
variables, and also object level variables.
level.
Class level static variables and static methods are also called as class level
Class level.
variables, compile time variables. Okay, clear everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, now then how we can call the static variables and static methods by using
Method.
no
Class name.
class name. Okay, or directly also we can call instance variables and instance methods can be called by using
Object.
Object creation.
object. Okay, clear everybody? Now we are going to discuss about public static void main. Inside it, string of hearts.
Uh,
I told you in the beginning of the classes, we should write the public static void main string of fox like this only. If you remove string and if you give integer, it is scolding, right? So we can do method overloading. We can write multiple main methods, but one method guarantee it should be right like this only. Otherwise, the JVM became blind. Okay, now tell me why they have used chod the public. Void means what? Main method is not returning anything. Void is nothing but nothing. The meaning
Nothing.
of void is nothing.
Non-written type.
It is there is no written type. String of args means always Java will take everything in a form of strings. So they have given string as a data type. Args means argument list. Okay. Now tell me why they have created static. By listening this class, you should get an idea why they have used static keyword. Look at this program and analyze. From 27 line to 37 line, you will get an idea why they have used static.
In main method only we are calling all methods.
You are very near.
Because compile,
You are very near, very good. Your analysis is good. But one point, 29th point, C. 29th line C. And tell me.
Object creation
uh,
is main
After
method only we are creating object creation.
then
After we are calling method also here
very
only.
good, excellent. What is your name?
Satya Sai Prasad.
Okay, clap to him, everybody. Not clapping, huh? Okay, good. See, why they have the Java people, why they have used static to the main method is when the execution will begin.
Main method only.
Whenever the JVM saw the main method in our program, then only the execution will begin. Where the object is creating
main method.
inside the main method. When the object is creating,
When we call instance variable.
no ma, where the object is creating inside the main method.
Main
When
method.
the
Main
object is
method.
creating, when the object will be created when?
In starting only we are creating.
Okay, starting only when it at which time?
Compare runtime.
Runtime. During runtime only the objects are created.
This is
Clear?
created.
Ah? Now,
Okay.
by using the object, what we are doing?
We can activating the variable.
We are activating the instance variables and instance
Variable
methods.
method.
Okay. If
Mm.
if if when the instance variable and instance method will be called only during the runtime.
Runtime.
That too, when we create object, then only these instance variables and instance methods can be activated. If the Java people have designed the main method without static, an instance method, then what is the problem?
We are not calling.
Everything can be done only in the
Then,
runtime.
yeah.
Okay. Runtime means what? Object creation is called as runtime. But object is going to created only inside the main method. If a main method is an instance method, then how the object can be created? We have to call it right. See, if it is a static method, the JVM is calling when during the compilation time the static method is calling, so that it is already compiled. Already the static methods are compiled during the compilation time. Who is calling? The JVM is calling by using its class name. By using its class name, it is calling. The JVM is calling by using its class name. If it is in demo, then demo.main. If it is in test, then test.main. If it is static and instance, then static and instance.main. Like that, the JVM is calling the main method when during the compilation time. If it is an instance method, if the main method is an instance method, then who will call? No one will call. In compilation time, no one will call. During runtime only we will call. But runtime will happen whenever we created object. Object is written where? Inside the method. Then who will call? No one will call, right? So that is the
Yes.
reason they have created a main method as static. So static methods already compiled, instantiated during the compilation time by using the JVM. Then inside we are creating an object, so that object can be happily will be created in the runtime. Clear? Ah? Confusion?
Yes,
Ah?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Clear, right? See, if it
Yes.
is an instance method, everything can be done only in the runtime. But in runtime, we are creating an object inside the method. Instance method can be called by using whom? By using object. Object is created where? Inside the method. Without creating object, with the help of object only we have to call the method. If it is a, but object is creating where? Inside the method. Who will call? There is no object to call that method. Object is created inside the method. But if it is an instance method, it have to be called by using its object. But object is created where? Inside the method.
Inside the method.
Before the method is declared, you are getting, if it is my mother tongue, I could have tell in Telugu, but you are in Kannada, right? So everything I am able to tell in English only. You are getting my point.
Yes, ma'am.
See, method is there. If you want to call that method, we need an object, but object is not available at that time. It is available inside the method. So if it is an instance method, then there is no logic, because if you want to call that method, object is created inside it, which is not available. But if it is that is the reason the Java people have created it as a static. Static means already it was executed in the compilation time. So happily we can create an object inside it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is the reason they have make the public static void main, the main method as static, not an instance. Clear? Everybody, very very important. They will ask in interview why public static void main method is a static method, like that. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm stopping the class, and tomorrow also I will tell the class timings. Okay?